Hey everybody, welcome back. It's our alternative America. Hope you're having a sweet day. It's 1920, so we're getting pretty close to the end here. And we just had an election. They're going to kind of change the game a little bit. There's an update that's pending, and there's going to be out by the end of the year. A lot of things around the legitimacy of government and different trades and how the AI acts and all that stuff is being worked on by the devs. So I'm not entirely sure like when this whole Africa thing that I was talking about before is going to start. It may not start immediately after this series, just because like I might want to wait, for those updates to happen. And I would hate for like a big patch to ruin all the mods, and then I had to just like have to wait on it. So we might look at that as time goes on, but it may take a little longer than I was originally planning to do. We're gonna get some of these guys out of government, just because it adds to my legitimacy here. So we'll go ahead and do that and get our legitimacy up to 77%. Now we have a couple of things to look at here. We actually have a lot to look at. Our country's not doing very well at the moment. All the wars and stuff really creates a lot of instability. And so it takes time to heal and it takes time to get back on track. So our economy's been getting really shitty for quite a while here. So there is a revolution that is starting. It's 50% progress. It's around this enacting property women thing, though. So it has nothing to do with quality of life. As far as I know, it's just about this whole line go up thing, right? So it has a plus 50 on the movement. So it's locked at 50%. I don't think it's going to have enough. They're not really going to have enough support there to push it to 100%. So I think it'll be fine. We did, however, complete our skyscraper in Lexington, Kentucky. Skyscraper in Kentucky is complete. The first building of its type in the world. It dominates the skyline and inspires all who gaze upon it. My skyscraper, it says, my skyscraper would not have been possible without the hard work and grit of the thousands of people who dedicated themselves to its construction. Of course, as chief architect, I had perhaps more impact than most. One might even say the lion's share of the credit is mine. In fact, this pinnacle of human achievement, this new Babel, was born entirely from the mechanizations of my mind. Look upon my works, all ye mighty in despair. What a dick. American architecture is second to none. We get more prestige for everything. Yay. First skyscraper in the world. 1920. Okay, so why do I say our country's not doing very well? Well, a lot of the regions that we've taken over recently, Canada, for example, right? There's a lot of turmoil in pretty much every province. Not every province, but pretty much every province. And a lot of this, of course, has to do with standard of living and access to the market and all sorts of things. Like, I haven't gotten a chance to really get in here and make this happen. So we have, of course, a lot of construction taking place right now. You can see I'm up to 4,700 in my construction queue. So incredibly busy trying to fix all the problems in all of my different states that I've now newly acquired, which is taking a while. But to help ease the burden, obviously I need to get the Yukon Territory a lot of railway here. Hang on. There's no land. Sorry, there's water access up here. Sorry. I was going to say there's no water access for Yukon, but there definitely is. Well, actually, it says there isn't. It says they don't have an accessible coastline. Excuse me? I think they have more accessible coastline than the entire Texas-Mexico border. What are you talking about? Okay, we're back to making railroads, I guess, to help with this infrastructure problem. Northwest Territories need a bunch too. So I guess we'll just add a whole bunch of railways there too. What else can we do? None of it doesn't have anything to worry about yet. So I'm mostly just going through and making sure that infrastructure is fine everywhere and just trying to give people jobs, right? And give people good paying jobs. So in British Columbia, they do have above their minimum standard of living. But I think there needs to be more jobs for the middle class and the lower strata and stuff too. So The buildings that are being built right now include, well, they just finished the logging camp, so that should help. But I think I'll go in and add like 10 coal mines to help them out with that too. We're going to add more food industries. And sorry, I'm going to lose my voice here. We're doing a lot of recording the last 2 days. Food industry, furniture manufacturing, tooling workshops, and power plants. And these things are all for, you know, people with various different stratas there, like a mixture of the lower and middle class there. We have good taxation capacity here. So in 20 months, when it's incorporated, we will have that. And that'll help us with our money as well. But I really just need to let the clock run. And our country is so big, and there's so much going on in each one of these states right now that it is a little bit, game's a little bit slow. Looks like Mississippi's in turmoil as well. So it's the lower strata in Mississippi. So we can go ahead and activate some logging camps. Actually, you know, I'm going to have enough wood. I think I'm going to up the coal mines instead, actually. Because we need that. And then I want to say fabric's starting to get equalized. That's good. We fixed transportation. We're fixing engines currently. They're being built in BC right now, I think is what it was. Might have been Ontario. Let me just actually see. Motor Industries is done in Ontario. But I need to probably have more of it to have an impact. And then electricity is ridiculously expensive right now. So we're working on power plant upgrades and stuff too. It's all in this very expansive queue. All the power plants, motor industries, everything. Just this big expansive queue that's all being done at the same time. If we're going to get power under control, it just takes a little while to do. And once their prices get under control, we should see all the turmoil start to go away, hopefully. Oil rush subsidies. American Oklahoma oil industry is complete. The appeal and promise is waning amongst those who carve out their own fortune. All right, so American Oklahoma has less migration attraction. I still haven't figured out how to get this. Some people said that I needed to go into the journal and it's a decision thing to get through here. I don't see that at the moment as a way to do this. I also don't think that any of these events are going to allow me to get this. Somebody did say that if you have multiculturalism enacted, then this just joins you. Pretty sure that's only true if you do multiculturalism before the migration is completed. I want to say that that's how that works. So this is a dedicated Indian territory and a slave state that I simply don't have access to as far as like controlling it. And they have oil. There's a little bit of oil there. They're in our market, though, so maybe we can just trade with them anyway. Anyway, the next thing to look at is, of course, getting Panama. You can see there's a lot of turmoil around here as well. So I need to look at all this turmoil. And I think a lot of the turmoil that's taking place, a lot of the radicalism that's taking place, has to do with us being a pariah. Because you can see, you get plus 100% radicals from conquest. All of these places were conquested not too long ago, especially Canada, not too long ago. So I think we got like double the radicals, and it's just taking a while to get them off the turmoil sheet. It's taking a while to take them off this list. So I'm looking at their middling. I think tools are still pretty pricey. The problem is like if I add any additional industries, I'm just going to be probably overlapping the ones I've already added. So it's like a matter of trying to figure out whether it's worth it or not. I think we can max out the iron mines. That's pretty safe to say. We can go ahead and max these out. Can max the logging camps out. We're going to be using more wood anyway. And I think probably clothes are coming down, but they're still a little expensive. Might be able to get middle strata involved with more textile mill kind of action there. Let's also go in and get an administration building for taxation as well. And, you know, like, again, it's just a matter of playing with the numbers like I was doing before and doing it long enough to where we can maybe outlive this if that's even possible, and also mostly outlive this. We just need to get past being a pariah. We lose 5 a year as the baseline, and 25% from diplomatic mitigation, whatever that means. But I think we're coming in here where we're going to need several years to be not considered a pariah, and that's just to get to the point where we can maybe get Hawaii back. I don't know why they left. I don't know how to get them back aside from the same way I got them the first time. And then there's Puerto Rico, and Panama was a thing that we were looking at getting too. So that's all on the agenda, but it's going to take several years to get to the point where we can do that and not have to worry about war and things like that. Although I think Panama is one I could take now, but I think the rest of them, because it involves other, taking out Spain and like other major nations, I would rather wait on that until I'm not a pariah. I think we can't counter this because we don't have a claim on it, so we have to puppet it. We can puppet New Granada, which is all of this. If we want Panama, we have to puppet all of this, which is really not what I want to do, and I really regret doing the thing I did, and I wish I could. I wish I could go back and do it the other way. Construct a Panama Canal. So state is owned by the United States. Yeah, we have to own it. So I can't just take the state. We need a claim on it. And we can't have a claim on it unless we puppet New Granada. So that might be the last thing we need to do, you know? This adds 23 infamy. I might just let it go, to be honest. At this point, I mean, let's ask ourselves really quickly. Like, at this point, can we lose? I mean, I don't think we can lose, right? We don't have any loyalists at all in these 3 states. None? I mean, they're completely ignoring them, so that's probably why. They're incorporated already, though. They're totally incorporated. I know I did it. Yeah. So I've just been completely ignoring these guys, too. So I have to go into all these places I've conquered and start to really get them brought in, you know? That's just what needs to happen. So I think that's what I'm going to be doing for the next, I don't know, hour or so in my game, is just figuring out what every state needs and working on it. I've had a couple people say, you know, why not just build everything possible in every state? Like, why do I not have wheat farms and livestock ranches and stuff built? And then I have to ask you, as far as like as that goes, right? Do you think adding a wheat farm in Wyoming is going to give anyone a great job when the wheat is currently discounted 50%, right? Now, of course, I've been at war a lot, so I can always export the grain, but I'm up 18,000 grain. So, like, there's only so much export you can do. Here's 1,000 of it. Okay, cool. So that dipped into 1/18 of my supply, right? Like, I can export my grain all over the place, but I'm still up a lot of grain. So that's the reason why I don't add every building in every single place. There's another way to look at that, though, is that some places have really expanded ones and others have none, right? The coal mines in Montana, there's up to 80 levels here, right? And we haven't built it yet, right? So if I built the coal mines here, well, the price of coal is already discounted. So this business isn't going to do that well, right? So again, it comes down to wanting to specialize the population in certain types. Uh-oh. Look at this. France wants to cut us down to size. We'll take war reparations, please. We'll make your buddy pay us war reparations too. Yeah. What do you think about that, France? They might just say no on this, but I mean, so far it's just like Germany had no chance, so I feel like these guys aren't going to have much of a chance either. I've got quite a few admirals. We can upgrade these guys, like Theodore Sinclair. He's been here a while. We can upgrade him. Francis, you can get upgraded. You know, we can take, like, say, Levi Singleton. He's from the armed forces. We can upgrade him. So we have, you know, lots of flotillas here that we could, you know, maybe get these guys to be more capable in terms of the number of troops that they can manage and flotillas they can manage. You know, we have lots of different ships and stuff, so we could do some of these guys like this, and then maybe Theodore we can up to like level 3. Really bring him up there, right? Because we might as well. You know, we've got our naval bases and stuff have been doing okay. We can upgrade those to like a few levels as well. You know, maybe we can get a naval base in South Carolina. Go 20 levels. Why not? Just add more to just everything, right? Livestock ranches, right? It produces fabric, fertilizer, and meat, right? So, fabric. Where's fabric? So fabric is slightly discounted. Fertilizer, slightly discounted. And meat, right here. Yep. Okay, so meat's expensive. So that's not bad. We could make that happen, right? What was it? South Carolina? Yeah. So we could have that happen. Let's go like 20 levels on the livestock ranches here. We'll be using more you know, more electricity and stuff, but we've already been expanding power by a lot in every state I could think of. Just tons and tons of power about to go online anyway. So, and it's all coal, I believe. So, right? It's all coal power. Trying to click it. Yeah, it's all coal power. Because oil is already a little bit pricey. And coal was discounted. Coal's cheaper. So I could do better with oil-fired and have even more electricity added, and that'd be good, but I'd also use more oil. So I'd have to figure out how to offset that with the oil too. So we could change like a few of these power plants to be oil. Yeah, this one's already is, right? So we have a couple of places that, again, we need more infrastructure in a lot of these places. So we're just going to start giving them, you know, more of what they need. We have fishing wharfs we can max out and give you guys livestock ranches. There's no reason to go with the wheat farms right now. We can actually get you guys into like tractors and stuff to have even less people working there so that they'll work somewhere else. Get you involved in wine instead. Now that is probably a better way to go about the wheat farms, is to get you involved in wine instead. We could look at that too. So why don't we go into all of our wheat farms actually? Just universally all wheat farms that I have everywhere. Right? And we can actually need to do it this way. So we can say we want you all to use tractors. This just makes me more money. Uses more engines, uses more oil. I have to add more to our engines, our motor industries if we do that. Or I could go to steam-powered thresher maws for all of them, or thresher machines. Thresher maws. I was looking at Mass Effect lately. Let's do this with wine. Just get all of them on vineyards. And yeah, mechanized slaughterhouses to help with this too. But this is gonna greatly increase coal consumption. So, but there's things we can do here, right? So let's look at the things we can do. You know, if we can find a way to incorporate some of those things, then fine. You know, but there's a lot of states to manage here, and I'm not gonna pay attention to all of them all the time. So I don't think I'm at war anymore. I missed it. Are they? Yeah, France is... Yeah. France decided they didn't want to do it anymore. I got too many people. Are they paying me war reparations right now? Because they should be, right? France... How do I see that? Am I receiving war reparations? Maybe it's part of the diplomatic pacts. Yeah, they are. They're paying me 64,000. Okay. Excellent. Very good. Let's take a look. Do we have anything to worry about here in terms of population? So middling. Let's take a look and see what we can do for these guys, okay? This is the middle strata. So I'm going to come up here to my standard of living here and middle strata, okay? And we can see that currently these guys pay an average of 12.4% higher than the base price for the things that they need, all right? And we can see that the biggest things that they consume right now are coffee, okay, porcelain, luxury furniture. So we need to bring down the price of porcelain, luxury furniture, and coffee, and probably luxury clothes. And at that point, we can be pretty good, but I guess, tea and wine as well. You have some other things that are more expensive down here, but it's a really low percentage of their budget. So we really want to get the prices up here under control to help the middle class everywhere. So wine is the next thing. I think for starters, I'll probably go in and put an import route for wine and tea as well. We'll bring tea in from the East India Trading Company. That makes sense. We can bring coffee in as well from the East India Trading Company. Sure. We can also go in with German clothing. We can bring in German, French furniture. That's fine. We're going to get a little bit of British oil. And I think, we can work on expanding certain industries from there, right? So if I go into my resource screen and go to, I wish I could see the prices in this window. I can't see prices in this window. I wish I could. It says we don't have skyscrapers. I mean, I don't have the ability. Yeah, there are 5 levels of skyscraper in the United States of America. Okay, so we can't build it anymore. The only skyscrapers are going to be there. That's interesting. All right, so we need some railways in Ontario. So let's get that going. If I zoom out too far, all right. If I zoom out, I should be able to see, yep, this one's underway. So we're constructing already there. We'll do one more. The game's performance is actually really lacking right now. It's actually quite difficult to move around where I want to be. I'm not entirely sure how many levels I need here, so we'll just give them like 11 levels. Whatever. Fine. All right, so let me just keep going on about this and just keep hammering away at this and see if I can't get, all these guys under control here. But, getting the prices down for the population that is most radical, that's going to be the ticket here. That's the trick. We got negative 1.8 million of these guys from standard of living increases, but we've gained 3.5 million from standard of living being below minimum. So I need to find all the areas where the standard of living is below minimum and add resources to the market that will allow those guys to flourish. So that's what I'm going to be doing for the next hour or so of my time in game. I'll be right back. All right, so I wanted to show you, just chiming in here again, the political movement for enacting propertied women has now been disbanded. So we don't have to worry about that anymore. And so therefore, line doesn't necessarily go up anymore. We have a lot of radicals. We have a lot of population, okay? But we have a lot of radicals. So we do need, I'm addressing this right now, right? We have a total population of nearly 120 million. And 26.8 million of those people are radicals. We still have more loyalists than radicals, but yeah, still working on that. So this is just a practice in giving people what they want. So I'll keep going, be right back. So we just got the Canadian Pacific Railway completed. So it's the last spike. Canada Pacific Railway has finally been completed, connecting the Atlantic and Pacific coasts. The new railway opens up for new opportunities for settlement across the western provinces. There we go. And we'll just say, I don't know, prairies. Yeah, also the coast holds the promise. That's fine. So you have some other wars going on here that I can just declare neutrality in really quick. I'm also starting to improve my relationships with some of these countries, the more powerful countries, just because I don't really want them to start messing with me anymore. So I'm going to start improving my relationship with them. And then it says credit where's credit's due in New York. A recent investment production at our textile mills has raised the question of who should get the credit for the boost in production. Well, I think, I don't know. I have no idea. Whatever. Let the industrialists have it. I've been kind of anti-industrialist this whole time, so whatever. Let them have it. Gonna continue keeping on here. I'm actually exhausting the entirety of my supply of oil. And well, once the oil rig expansions in BC is done, I will be. So I won't have, as far as I'm aware anyway, I won't have any more oil that I can drill. So if I go down to where is opium, fishing wharfs, oil rigs. If I say I want to add more oil rigs, this is about to be done, and that's kind of it. So getting a hold of Oklahoma would be a very good thing. Very strange that Alaska doesn't have oil. That's very weird. So maybe a missed historical precedent there. But I mean, it's not like every single location that has oil is going to have it in the game. But I just thought it was interesting that Alaska doesn't have it. So with continuing construction, I think I might go ahead and lower taxes once construction is complete, and then start working at like little tiny changes here and there. We're up to $1.5 billion in our GDP, 12.74 on the GDP per capita, which is almost double our next closest, which is the Indian Territory, by the way. So really, it's just a little bit higher than Cuba, I suppose. An 86.2% literacy rate is number 5 in the world, with communist Kathiri having 95%. Probably because they don't have very many people. Unrecognized power. They're very small, so they have 593 GDP. That's it. So yeah, they have a really high literacy rate because there's not a lot of people. But nevertheless, they are beating us. They're giving credit where credit's due. They are beating us. But I've exhausted a lot of my oil rigs. So I do wish I could work a little bit more of this. But I might have to start importing oil from outside sources as well, unfortunately. So we'll go with maybe a Dutch market. See if we can't bring some of it there. That was instantly not good, so never mind. We'll bring in British tools. Hardwood is getting very expensive. I can fix that domestically by just adding more to the logging camps. We'll just max out our logging camps in places. That one's already maxed out. That one can be maxed out. We'll have to up our coal mines a little bit too. Yeah, so just keep on keeping on. But I wanted to show you that was a thing that happened. So far, I'm not getting attacked by anybody anymore. I think people are finally calming down. I'm bringing down the price of wine. So that's been something I've been trying to do, is bring down the price of wine. And, of course, that would reduce radicals as well. If I take a look really quick at... I guess, I mean, it's not like it's changed a whole lot. Okay, so this is in scale of millions. So I guess in a way, I've reduced it by 400,000 people. And that's not bad for as much time as I've been working at it. So I guess, but we're going to keep on with this, and I'll be right back. All right, keeping it going. We now have Italy mobilizing, conscripting, doing the cut down to size diplomatic play against us. You see, they're very fearful, so I doubt they're going to do anything. And we are going to once again demand that they pay war reparations to us if they don't want to go through with this. They declared something, so if they want to put up, if they don't want to put up, then they're going to have to shut up and then put up reparations. Whatever. We can also demand that they liberate something, but nah. Oh, yeah, we could demand a regime change if they refuse. Yeah. Nah, I think they're going to stay fearful, right? And I'm hoping, of course, that none of these guys want to join them. If everybody joins in, it could be a fun time. But, the last time Germany got involved in this, they just, sat back and smoked their pipes. They did basically nothing about it. So we'll see what happens. If our money starts to jump, like, look at that spike. If our money starts to jump even more, then that will probably mean that we are receiving war reparations from another nation yet again. So, yeah, take a look at it. But I just wanted to show you that other people are going to maybe open up war with us because we're attractive to go to war with. It's good politically to be against the big guy, right? Not good for your people, but it's good politically. I'm going to go ahead and add 80 maize farms in Michigan because I really want to get the vineyards. And I really want to slam that price of wine way down. I think 80 maize farms in Michigan will pretty much do it. So let me just take a look really quick. Did they get anybody to go to their side? It doesn't look like it. So if they don't have anyone to go here, then they are going to be so toast. And there it is. They've decided they're going to back down. And as a result of them backing down, we now are getting more war reparations from Italy now. So that is one way to farm money, I suppose. Just piss off the world. Have a really good military, right? Piss off the world. And then when they come to try out something against you, and then all of a sudden decide to back down after that, you get 5 years of peace, and they have to pay you money. That's pretty good. I'm in on that. That sounds fine to me. Yep, let me just keep going, and I'll be right back. I was trying to drop it. We're down almost 1 million, so... Okay, so Saskatchewan has, like, a big famine right now. A lot of hunger there. And so they've decided that they want a better life elsewhere. So the people from Saskatchewan are starting to massively migrate across the country, hoping for a better life somewhere else, because the Great Famine has just devastated their lives. And so no matter which option I choose, Saskatchewan will get a negative 80% migration attraction. But I can at least get the emergency relief, which I told them. I told them I was going to do emergency relief for them. And so now I can do this now again. It's going to reduce it by 25% as far as the cost goes. So, yeah. So we want to go to, I guess, decrees here. We want emergency relief. And we're going to go to Saskatchewan and do emergency relief here to help with the famine. Finally, a reason to use our authority. Yeah, so I think maybe, I don't know, we could also help anywhere that doesn't have, can use some more authority, I guess, somewhere else. Maybe some places that don't have good market access and stuff, maybe, if I can go to railways. Ontario still doesn't have enough. Go 5 more levels there. The game is starting to run really slow. They definitely need to do some performance improvements on it for like longer games with bigger countries, because it is definitely getting harder to do things. I need to go up there, please. Please, can I go? Can I go? Thank you. And then we'll do 10 levels in Saskatchewan for the railroads. And I think that is going to cover me for what I need currently right now. What about infrastructure all the way in our South Bengal across the sea here? What do we got here? Okay, 99%. We're getting very close. We'll go 5 more levels there too. Oh my gosh. Okay, so how have I done so far? Well, I've dropped radicals by 1 million people. So there is that. And standard of living decreases, right? So we're starting to increase standard of living, right? So we're starting to offset that a little bit. It's like all over the country. It all has to happen at the same time. We're making 1 million, which is crazy. But I still have a lot more projects to do and a lot more construction to do. The revolution is back on because propertied women is back. So they just keep coming. So this is dropping with this active now. We're just really trying to push through this. And see, the political movement is over 1/3 of a million there. The production of radios in our factories has led to a boom in employment and profit. Very good. More radio output for all. Very good. Yep. All right. So anyway, that's the goal, right? Is to get rid of the radicals now and to basically wait this out so that we don't have as many radicals from conquest. Down 136.9 now. Everyone that tries to cut me down to size leaves before they do anything. So I think they're pretty much, they're no match for my military might. Okay, pretty much. And so they're just gonna leave and not do anything. That's just what they've decided to do. Alaska looks like it's doing okay, although the shipyard should be making lots of ironclads. They're just not making a lot of steamers. And they're gonna help them by exporting steamers. The French can take my steamers, so can the Germans and the East India Trading Company. They can have my steamers too. I've been trying to import oil. It's not working out very well, to be honest. I wish it was working out better, but it's not. I also need to add more sugar and more hardwood. I'm going to look at you, Florida. You're my sugar place. Ooh, maxed out sugar. Okay, I have to get sugar from somewhere else. I'm using all their arable land, too, so I can't do anything there. But you can also help me with hardwood. Let's get 20 of these. You can help me with hardwood there, too. So I'm just going to keep going with that, trying to get this number down. And I think the next video will be our finale. In that, we will recapture Hawaii. And honestly, I don't know about getting Puerto Rico or Panama. Like, I mean, it's just going to add to the infamy. I guess if we could end the series with high infamy, it's not that big of a deal. But I was really hoping to end with really low radicals instead. I don't know. It's kind of, to be honest, it's kind of meaningless, right? Because our military is so good that we're absolutely going to win any war we start. Clearly, the world cannot cut us down to size. And, I mean, if we can just keep pushing through the radical number, then we win. So, I think that's kind of it. So next video will be our finale for this. And we can then go on to our Africa one. I don't know if I'm going to start that right away, though, because that patch is coming. And the way my schedule is, I don't know if I could get it done in time. So I'll have to think about that. And if I decide to do it right away, you can put your feedback down below if you want to. But if I decide to do it right away, then I'm going to have to hit it really hard to make sure that I beat the patch, right? So, I mean, I don't know when that patch is coming. If it's a month from now, maybe I can beat it. If it's 2 weeks from now, I definitely cannot beat it. So anyway, that's going to do it for me, guys. There's definitely going to be a couple more videos here. So I hope you'll join me for the next one. Bye-bye.